Is the Republican Party effectively handing Jon Ossoff another term on a silver platter? While the GOP once viewed the Georgia Senate race as their golden ticket to a majority, the reality on the ground has shifted into something far more dangerous for the party's long-term prospects. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow. The situation in Georgia is, by all accounts, a mess. We are looking at a Senate primary that has remained largely static for months, with no clear front-runner emerging to claim the mantle. Representative Mike Collins is currently leading the pack, but he is constantly looking over his shoulder at fellow Representative Buddy Carter and the surging Derek Dooley. The expectation among party insiders is that this contest won't be decided on Tuesday. It's likely headed to a grueling runoff. This is exactly what the Democrats want. While the Republican candidates are busy duking it out and burning through their campaign funds, Senator Jon Ossoff is doing what politicians do best when their opponents are distracted. He is building a massive war chest. As of the latest reports, Ossoff has over $30 million in the bank. He has remained relatively quiet, letting the GOP candidates attack each other rather than having to spend his own resources on defense. It's a strategic dream scenario for the incumbent. The internal fractures are becoming impossible to ignore. We have candidates like Collins and Carter, both claiming the MAGA warrior title, spending more time targeting one another than articulating a vision to defeat the Democrat. Meanwhile, Derek Dooley has been gaining momentum by positioning himself as an outsider, backed by Governor Brian Kemp. Dooley's rise is testing the political influence of the governor against the more hardline, populist base of the party. Adding fuel to this fire is the deafening silence from Donald Trump. Trump has stayed on the sidelines, leaving these candidates to navigate the MAGA landscape without his endorsement. This has forced the party to operate on its back foot. Even the National Republican Senatorial Committee is holding its fire, waiting for the smoke to clear before they commit their full weight. The result? A fractured party that is struggling to break through the noise. And make no mistake, the noise is significant. The Senate candidates are currently fighting for oxygen in an environment dominated by a massive, high-spending gubernatorial race. With nearly $100 million being spent by candidates in the governor's primary, the Senate hopefuls are finding it nearly impossible to capture the attention of the Georgia electorate. Strategists are sounding the alarm. Jason Shepard, the former Cobb County GOP chair, hit the nail on the head when he said that the longer the party stays fractured, the more the general election chances suffer. The beneficiary of all this infighting is, without question, Jon Ossoff. If the primary drags on until June, the GOP will emerge from it not just broke, but potentially battered, leaving them significantly behind in the race to November. So, where does this leave us? The path to unseating Ossoff is still there, but it is narrowing by the day. Republicans are clinging to the hope that once the primary concludes, the party will unite, outside funding will flood the state, and the race will tighten. But hope is not a strategy. The gloomier outlook currently shared by many GOP strategists is a reflection of a party that is losing control of its own narrative at the worst possible time. The question now becomes, can any of these candidates pivot from attacking each other to building a cohesive, winning coalition, or is the damage already done? So what do you think about this? Is the Georgia Republican Party actively sabotaging its own chances by letting this primary turn into a total circus? Or is this just the necessary cost of finding the right candidate? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. The clock is ticking, the money is being spent, and the voters are being forced to watch a party in disarray. We will be tracking the fallout of this primary closely, because in a race this competitive, every single move or mistake matters. Stay tuned.